diesel is dying, get over it. And I thought my views on diesel were strong and caused loads of backlash over the years on Autocar forums. A well-written piece that should explode a few myths. Well done. Dirty, disgusting, filthy diesel. This article would make more sense if the author had the same attitude towards open fires, wood-burning stoves, bonfires, all of which are on the rise, all of which produce many, many times more particulates and NOx than diesel's cars, the same attitude towards older buses and taxis, emissions and T-charge exempt. That, as Steve Cropley mentioned earlier today, have far worse pollution than most diesel cars and also the sources behind the other 70% of pollution. He seems to have missed the What Car report that has tested some diesel cars and found that the 520D, for instance, produces the same amount of NOx than the Passat GTE, proving that the subject is nowhere near as black and white as the headlines would have you believe. I've never heard even the most ardent anti-diesel gobshite try and suggest that diesel's lower CO2 output is negated by particulates. Then I read his comments that NO2 is the active ingredient in NOx, and I realized it's probably best to ignore this guy as he clearly knows very little. NOx is a generic term for oxides of nitrogen, both nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide, both of which are damaging to the environment and human health. Also, raising the tax on diesel would mean that the price of everything would go up, as currently that's how it's delivered, causing inflation. Governments were entirely correct to encourage diesel use. Where they went wrong was not making emissions regulations for diesel vehicles tougher at the same time. A much better way to reduce pollution from diesel vehicles until we go fully electric would be to retrofit emissions equipment, something that is perfectly possible and feasible. And of course, ban all open fires, wood-burning stoves for home heating, any bonfire anywhere, including during National Pollution Week, otherwise known as Bonfire Night. Dear Typos 1, thanks for your reply. I recognize that other sources of pollution such as open fires are a serious issue. I wrote about them only today in a separate article only this morning, www.indsreport.com web link. But I was asked to write about diesel policy, and that's just what I did. I am also very aware that diesel cars' NOx and particulate output is highly variable, whatever Euro rating they have. As I said, I have been writing on the subject for years. Active ingredient, not an unreasonable phrasing, as the main health concerns from NOx are about NO2. No becomes oxidized to it in the atmosphere. Obviously, for a comment, I am being a bit looser with language than I normally would be. Black carbon negating CO2 benefits relative to petrol is contentious and not widely recognized as yet, but the science is there. The issue is to what degree the effect occurs. Inflation. Conceded, but that is not my immediate concern. Retrofitting. A lot of cash is going into this for buses. For cars it won't happen, there's just no physical space for it. I now have an event to attend, we'll dip back below the line tomorrow or maybe later tonight.